Guys, deluded, I'm back again. YouTube's Lucas Torreira, and thank you very much for tuning back in. What am I here to speak about? Cuisance, I hope I've said his name correctly. You've seen my video about him around 8 months ago, so I really like him. He's a really good midfielder. He's 18, I believe he's turning 19 in August. He plays for Gladbach. He's previously of Nantes, who's Gladbach signed him for 250k, beating Manchester City to that signing, where was Arsenal. He's a lovely player. Loosely, because no two players are the same, and Xhaka polarizes opinion, but he reminds me of Xhaka purely because he picks up the same central areas as Xhaka. A lot of slightly different areas he picks up as well, but he picks up the same spaces as Xhaka. He makes the same nice passes like Xhaka. He can play a ball over the top. He's a really good footballer. He's got a lot of technical based ability, great passing range. He's better tackling wise than Xhaka for sure. I wouldn't call him, he is a leader in a sense. He leads by example. He's very mature for his young age, and obviously I've seen him previously, and he's just one of the many talents with him, Piccolo, Kakare, Goutain, Yashin Adli, Goudaisy. What is in the water with France at all levels, in all positions? They're just madmen everywhere on crud, and he is one of them in my opinion. He's really, for me, very soon he's going to be, again, very soon could be 2-3 years because he's still a long way, but he looks like he's going to be a France international and join a top club very soon. He's still lacking a lot of experience. He's just really started making inroads in his young professional career. Like I said, he's 18, turning 19, 24 or so appearances. I'm so sure he's only got 1 goal, 1 assist or less than that. Again, he's not, I wouldn't say that's his game. You don't really look for goals and assists in him, but he can do better than that. And I'm not sure how many times he's completed 90 minutes. And yeah, and things like that. I mean, you can see why I like watching him. He plays for Gladbach, who play a lot of young players and things. And that 250,000 investment that they've made in him, they're going to be paid 30-40 million plus for him one day. And if the market's going crazy like this, it could even be more than that, on the basis that, so you're seeing some players that play for Palace that are not worth 70 million, no disrespect, being linked with 70 million moves. As much as I personally love Richarlison, he's nowhere near worth 50 million at this moment in time. We know the market is crazy and you're paying for potential. You're not paying for value more or less anymore. And he provides that, man. For me, he's sick. Cuisance is one that we really should look for. And in the 19th Championship he's been playing this year, he's one of the more senior players on the basis of first team experience. Him, Mangala Sarr. I know Mangala Sarr technically got sent off, but he's been very mature with his performances for me since he's been playing. And it was a shame how France went out, because I did take them to win it. But that Portuguese side do look very good. And I did say it's either France or Portugal. So yeah, he done his thing. I'll be looking at him purely because if we're linked with Nzonzi and things like that, he's a completely different player. But there's space for him. There is space for him. We've got a young midfield, and granted, we probably don't need to address this area. But again, people, you guys know when I love these young players, I'll make every case to sign him. He's definitely one. And a player since I've known since 17, he's now 19, Kai Havertz. For me, this man needs to be at the club. He's nowhere near the finished article, but for me, he's definitely going to go Germany Euro 2020. He won German Young Player of the Year or something like that. I've made a video about him before. I really love him. I wouldn't say he's quick, but he's quick in his decisions. He's a decent dribbler. He's got a wonderful eye for a pass. He can improve in terms of goals and assists, and that's saying something, because if you look at his stats, I believe last year he got around, in 54 appearances, 7 goals, 15 assists. Now, for someone that's not played too much, that's not a bad return. He can, for me, he's a 10, but he can play on the flanks, and his model or role model of sorts is Mesut Ozil. So who better to replace the man than him? For me, this is one player I'd definitely get into the club within the next 18 months, and I've been saying that he's probably not the player we need to immediately impact the club, but he's definitely going to be there in the future. And you either move quick or you miss out, as you're seeing more, as you've historically seen with Arsenal, to be honest, with many targets, but you're seeing it more so now. You move, you snooze, you lose. We messed around for whatever reason for Kylian Mbappe once upon a time. You now know what he's on. So you see what I'm saying? But these are 2 players I'm definitely going to be looking at over the next 12 months, and definitely 2 players I would love to sign for Arsenal right now, right at this minute, right now in time. And if we don't take advantage, they're going to. Kai Havertz, we should have really got him when he first broke out, or something like that. You're looking at something dumb now to probably get him. If I was Leverkusen, I'm not going to listen unless you offer me 50 million, whether he's worth it or not. Cuisance the same. So unfortunately, both are probably a myth, but they're 2 players I like a lot. 2 players I see becoming full-time internationals for their countries respectively in France and Germany. So yeah, man, there's not much more I can say on them. I just rate them very highly. Ironically, I believe they're both left-footed as well. So yeah, guys, deluded, get in the comments, subscribe, and do the rest. And then if Kai Havertz isn't left-footed, then I'm very scared, because that means he's both. But yeah, guys, I'm out.